All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Ear for You. So today is a little bit different of a video. So today I am going to go over some of the things I do to try to make a Disney trip a little cheaper, a little bit more affordable. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Hopefully it's helpful. Most of these tips and tricks are going to require some sort of membership group. So if there's a referral link, I'll share it down below. But you can sign up for any of these things on your own. You don't have to go through the referral links. But I'll just put it down there in case you do want to go that route. Alright, so I got a little list here to help me remember everything. So the first one, and a lot of people do this in just various different ways. So it is with Sam's Club. So if you're a Sam's Club member, you can get Sam's Club. You can go through there to get Disney gift cards for a cheaper amount. So there is kind of a word of caution with that, so I'll make sure I share that with you guys too. But you can get a $50 gift card for $48.98. So not a huge savings on the smaller amount gift cards, but you can get, sorry, the dog was being naughty. So you can get a $50 gift card for $48.98. So not a huge savings there, but you can get a $500 gift card for $484 and some change. So they didn't have that one on the app, so I couldn't get the exact price. So that's just what I remember, because I do this all the time. So the word of caution there, though, is that you have to, if you had to cancel the trip, something came up, you guys are not going, you have to get that money back on the gift card, which could be a disadvantage if this is a once-in-a-lifetime trip. You know, maybe you decided, I don't really want to go to Disney, I want to go to Universal, whatever. Then you're stuck with this gift card that you have no use for. So you can use them on Shop Disney, so maybe there's some presents you can buy. You can go to those gift card selling sites, sell it, you're not going to get the full value back for it, which is unfortunate. But this happened to my parents. So they were going to do a cruise with us. We had it booked. We were good to go for fall of 2020. Well, you guys know what happened in fall of 2020. So it didn't happen, so we rescheduled. Then my parents' health started to decline. They decided not to go on the cruise, so we canceled it. But then they were stuck with about $3,000 in gift cards that they had no use for. So luckily, I was doing my Adventures by Disney trip and was able to buy those gift cards off them. But if I didn't want them or need them, luck. They would have been out of luck. Alright, there's also the trick through Target Red Card. So if you have a Target Red Card, you get the 5% off your purchases. I don't use this route, but I know a lot of people do. So that could be also something you could do if you're a Target Red Card member. They get that 5% off the gift cards there. Same issue. You cancel, or sometimes port fees go down, then it has to be refunded back to the gift card. There's Leia. Alright, so Rakuten. So this is like a market research sort of a thing. So Rakuten is an app. You can have, I think, an extension on your browser. I just use the app. So if I'm going to buy something on Shop Disney, I will go to there and Ibotta and see which has the better cash back. And then I will go do my purchase through there. So that's been really helpful. When I bought my furniture, there was cash back on there. So I'm getting $170 back from the furniture I bought. I bought tickets to see Adam Sandler. For Ticketmaster, I'm getting $7 back on that. So it all definitely adds up. And then they send out the big fat checks, they call them, about once every 3 months. So that one you do have to wait on, where Ibotta, you can kind of decide when that money comes out, which is a little bit nicer. So, but yeah, there's different stores that you can, launch and do your shopping through, which is great. Now, Ibotta also has the online shopping component. You buy a membership for like Sam's Club, launch it through there, you get some cash back. But they also have grocery store. So if you go to Meijer, you go to Kroger, Fred Meyer's, Publix, keep your receipt and go through the app and see if any of the things you bought have cash back. And then take a picture of the receipt through the app, and then you get the cash back. Sometimes there's bonuses as well. You buy stuff at the beginning of the week versus the end. Things like that. Sometimes stuff that ends up being free. So if it's stuff that you're buying anyways, this is a great way to get some cash back. And then you decide, do you want it deposited back into your checking, You can do it through PayPal if you're not comfortable connecting your checking, or you can trade it in for gift cards. They don't have Disney gift cards, unfortunately, but they do have Amazon, things like that. So I've been really happy with Ibotta. I've been using that for quite a few years. So Disney Movie Insider. So Disney Movie Insider, changed a couple of years ago. So, you used to always get your DVDs. There would be the little code in there. You put the code into the website. You get your points, and then you could trade them in for like cool collectibles. I used to always get Jim Shore figurines that way. But then they changed it. I haven't seen as much collectibles. So you can get gift cards through there. So you go to the movies, like we're going to go see Guardians tomorrow. I'm going to turn in those movie tickets, and then I'll be able to get points for that. They're giving away points all the time for free. If you follow their social media, they'll give you a code to enter. Any holiday generally has a code where you get free points that way. So definitely make sure if you're a Disney Movie Insider, you're checking those emails, and that you are also following their social medias and getting those free points as well. And then you can trade them in for tours sometimes too. The studio tour that you do with Adventures by Disney, they have a version of that. I mean, it's a lot of points, but if you're, saving up, then that might be a good option too. And then if you connect your Hulu or your Disney Plus subscription through there, you also get monthly automatic points, for paying your monthly Hulu subscription. So I get those points too, which is just easy money. Well, easy points. All right, I'm also a Disney Visa card member. So this one's not going to be great if, credit cards are not conducive to you, or a little bit challenging for you, but if it's something you can handle, I think it's a really valuable tool. So the Disney Visa, you get award points for purchases, so you get more for gas station and grocery. So every time I do grocery shopping, I put it on there and then put my grocery budget money right onto the card, and then I get those points. Gas purchases I always put on there as well, and then if you use it on Shop Disney, you also get more points that way. So different ways to make that work for you. And then they have special financing too. So if you book a Disney trip, put your deposit on there, or you put your whole trip on your Visa, then you get 6 months financing too, which is very helpful with the cruise deposits, and Adventures by Disney deposits are a little heftier versus Disney World and Disneyland. So that's a nice little trick there to get 6 months, 0%, interest, which is great. Plus then you get those double points on those, I think it's 5% back with the Disney trips. So then you get that on the card. So they have a card that the money goes onto, so you can only use it for Disney related things. So that maybe is a disadvantage for you. And you can actually use it at AMC too. So I would use it for Disney things. So I'm getting my points built up in there. And then when we go on our November trip, that will pay for a majority of our meals, if not all of them, on our November trip. So some people use that to pay on their vacations or book their vacations. So a couple different ways there. There's also the other awards with the Disney Visa card. So sometimes there is special discounts. So I had that happen recently where I had my July trip booked, and then a Disney Reward additional discount came out. So I had my TA rebook, and I got that better discount. So yeah, so different awards there, different savings on Shop Disney sometimes too, which is great. So I've been really happy with the Disney Award Visa, but it does, take some responsibility, which may be hard sometimes for folks. One thing that anybody can do is change. So if you ever pay in cash, maybe not. But, anytime I get change, I have my certain level I always keep in my wallet. But anything beyond that, I put into a cookie jar, and I save that up. So when we go to our November trip, my credit union, I can put that, cash that in, and they don't charge the fees like Coinstar does. So then that will be money that we will use on our November trip. And then we also have bottle return in Michigan. So when you buy like pop, soda, you're paying 10 cents additional on top of the price to return that back later and get your 10 cents back. So you're getting your money back that you already spent. But if you had a party, people brought their own drinks and they didn't want to take their empties, there you go. So a couple savings there, and then I'll put that money generally into that cookie jar too. And then savings, I always put a certain amount from a paycheck over into the savings and use that to buy my gift cards at Sam's Club, or pay on that to Disney if I put something on there. So sometimes I will pay part of the trip on a Disney gift card, and then the rest I will use my Disney Award Visa for. So kind of compound savings there. And then if you use that Disney Award Visa at Sam's Club, then you're getting some points there too. So that's another option as well. I generally use my Sky Miles card for Sam's Club, because that is a better rate versus Disney, but either way, so you can get some more points that way too. All right, so yeah, savings, always pay yourself first, they say, so I always do that. Another thing that maybe I'll do a different video on is the placeholder. So if you go on one Disney cruise, if you put money down for your next cruise, you don't have to book it, and it's actually refundable. So if you decide that you're not going to do a cruise, or not within the 2 years that they give you, you can cancel that and get your money back. I haven't heard anybody complain about getting hassled by Disney to get their money back or anything like that. So that is also a savings, and that gives you 10% off and a cheaper deposit, I do believe. So that's something that we did to book our November cruise after we got off our Disney Alaska cruise. So yeah, so a couple different savings and routes you can go. Well, please let me know if you have any questions. We always end our video with a health and human service or wellness resource. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Mental Health Month. So if you're not interested in a resource, you can head out. But please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Oh, and if you have any things that you do that I did not mention, definitely let me know, because I'm always willing to add additional savings. All right, so let's go into the resource. So this month is May, is Mental Health Awareness Month. So there's different ways you can find a mental health provider if that's something that you need for yourself or a family member or friend. So of course, if you have insurance through your employer, it's helpful if they have a mental health component to it, to reach out to them to see who they pay out to directly. Their website generally has listed providers. Oh, here comes the dog. If your employer offers an EAP, so an employee assistance program, there may be a mental health component to that. So definitely look into there. Mine at my employer, I generally can get 6 free sessions. I think it's a year with the EAP, so that's really awesome. And it's something I used from one of my sons a long time ago. So definitely check it out if you do have an EAP for your employer or spouse's employer. If you're uninsured or have Medicaid, there's the community mental health. Community mental health do work differently in different communities, but generally, if you have Medicaid, you might have to go through the community mental health, and they have to do the assessment and then connect you to one of their provider networks. So they kind of do the authorization for Medicaid payment. And sometimes they only will take those that have a severe mental health illness, and they quantify that by having generally 2 hospital visits within a certain amount of time. But not all do. Like my CMH I work for, that is not a requirement. We don't see just only severe mental health anymore. It's open to anybody. So that may be an option, but if the community mental health isn't going to work for you, you can dial 211, find out what mental health providers in your community may offer a sliding scale fee, or what teleproviders may be available in the area that have a cheaper rate for you. So different ways to look into that. I've heard a lot about HERS lately. I don't have a lot of experience with that, but that may be something that would be beneficial, HERS or HIM, which those commercials are all over the place, so definitely check out maybe some reviews on those guys. But yeah, so a couple different ways to find a mental health provider. Well, please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Say bye, Leia. She just wants to go inside. Thanks.